Hello, and welcome to my channel. Today we are going to be reacting to Right Hand Man. This is the Hamilton Broadway musical. We are going to be reacting to the official music lyrical video, so it's got the text on the screen. We've also got the Animatic to react to afterwards as well, which will be nice. Yeah, we just come off the back of the King George song, the "You'll Be Back." That was really good. I really enjoyed that. The comments on that video have been really enlightening as well in terms of how um, what you've kind of learnt in America and the education system in America about the war, and if you've learned much about King George, or was it more about kind of the forefathers and not much about King George? And it seems like that's the case, and it makes sense really. So that's really interesting to find out. Anyway, let's jump right into it. This is probably one of the longer of the songs, actually, 5 minutes 32 seconds. So I'm looking forward to this. Oh, I have seen the comments as well where people are saying that the next ones coming up are Winter's Ball, Helpless, and Satisfied. They're best listened to together. So I'll probably do that in the next video rather than going through just one per video. I'll listen to those together in one whole video. Um, yeah, I don't think there's anything else I need to bring up. Nope. Cool. Let's jump right into it. Here we go. Oh, before we start, what I'm gonna try and focus on doing is not focus too much on the lyrics. Even though it's a lyrical video, it's kind of the only way you can really find them on YouTube. Um, I'm gonna try and focus more on the actual stage play, and then I can focus on the lyrics in the animatic a little bit more. Because I don't want to miss what's going on in the play, but we'll see. Let's get started.
As a kid in the Caribbean, I wished for a war. I knew that I was poor, I knew it was the only way to rise up. If they tell my story, I am either gonna die on the battlefield in glory or rise up. We will fight for this land, but there's only one man who can give us a command so we can rise up. Understand it's the only way to rise up, rise up. Here he comes. Here comes the general. Ladies and gentlemen, here comes the general. The moment you've been waiting for. Here comes the general. The pride of Mount Vernon. Here comes the general. George Washington. We are outgunned, outmanned, outnumbered, outplanned. We gotta make an all-out stand. Hey yo, I'm gonna need a right hand man. Can I be real a second? For just a millisecond. Let down my guard and tell the people how I feel a second. Now I'm the model of a modern major general, the venerated Virginian veteran, whose men are all lining up to put me up on a pedestal, writing letters to relatives, embellishing my elegance and eloquence. But the elephant is in the room, the truth is in your face when you hear the British cannons go boom. Any hope of success is fleeting. How can I keep leading when the people I'm leading keep retreating? We put a stop to the bleeding as the British take Brooklyn. Night takes Rook, but look, we are outgunned, outmanned, outnumbered, outplanned. We gotta make it all out stand. Hey yo, I'm gonna need a right hand man. They're battering down the battery, check the damages. We gotta stop them and rob them of their advantages. Let's take a stand with the stamina God has granted us. Hamilton won't abandon us. Yo, let's steal the cannons. Close the cannon, watch the blood and the shit spray. And close the cannon, we're abandoning kids stay. And there's another shipping. This old southern tipping. We gotta run a Harlem quick, we can't afford another slip. Guns and horses, giddy up. I decide to divvy up my forces. This skittish as the British cut the city up. This close to giving up. Facing mad scrutiny, I scream in the face of this mass mutiny. Of East Amendment, which I am to defend America. We ride at midnight, Manhattan in the distance. I cannot be everywhere at once. People, I'm in dire need of assistance.
Your Excellency, sir.
Who are you?
Aaron Burr, sir. Permission to state my case.
As you were.
Sir, I was a captain under General Montgomery until he caught a bullet in the neck in Quebec. Well, in summary, I think that I could be of some assistance. I admire how you keep firing on the British from a distance. I have some questions, a couple of suggestions on how to fight instead of fleeing west.
Yes.
Well,
Your Excellency, you wanted to see me?
Hamilton, come in. Have you met Burr?
Yes, sir. We keep meeting.
as I was saying, sir, I look forward to seeing your strategy play out.
Burr,
Sir.
close the door on your way out.
Ooh.
Have I done something wrong, sir?
On the contrary, I called you here because our odds are beyond scary. Your reputation precedes you, but I have to laugh.
Sir?
Hamilton, how come no one can get you on their staff?
Sir.
Don't get me wrong. You're a young man of great renown. I know you stole British cannons when we were still downtown. Nathaniel Greene and Henry Knox wanted to hire
Yeah,
you.
to be their secretary. I don't think so.
Now, why are you upset?
I'm not?
It's all right. You want to fight. You've got a hunger. I was just like you when I was younger. Head full of fantasies of dying like a martyr.
Yes.
Dying is easy. Young man living is harder.
Why are you telling me this?
I'm being honest. I'm working with a third of what our Congress has promised. We are a powder keg about to explode. I need someone like you to lighten the load. So,
I am not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. And you won't just let my country and young stop me.
I am not throwing away my shots.
son, we are outgunned,
I need all the help you can get. I have some friends, Lawrence, Mulligan, Marquita, Lafayette. Okay, what else?
Outnumbered,
I
outplanned.
need some spies on the inside, some kingsmen who might let some things slide. Write to Congress and tell them we need supplies. You rally the guys, master the element of surprise. I rise above my station, organize your information till we rise to the occasion of our new nation. Rise up. What? Rise up. What? Here comes the general. Rise up. What? Here comes the general.
and his right hand man.
Wow. Okay. There's a few times there where I wanted to say something, but I know that you guys prefer me not to during it, and I think it makes sense because you don't want to ruin the flow. But some of first of all, the costume design in this part is incredible. Like those costumes they're really well done. The lighting as well, how it kind of they've got sort of dark blue backlighting, and then they get switched to obviously red and orange and whatnot. There was one line that is really, really deep, and I know I do this every time I listen to one of these songs. There's always one line that I pick up on that to me is just like it's really powerful. It was something about. Let me see if I can find it. I think it's here. Yeah, here. This dying is easy, young men living is harder. That is such a powerful quote, or such a powerful line that kind of transcends everything. Like it transcends time, really, isn't it? Because if you think about it, we've always had some state of war in the world, and it's always been, young men and now young men and women being on the front lines and, dying for a cause. And it's often to be a martyr or something like that. I think that's just a really powerful line, regardless of the time that you hear it. Really, that's a really well thought out one. There was something else that I can't quite remember that was really well done. I don't know. Maybe we'll pick up on it in the after this next part. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. That had a really good flow to it. That was good. Let's move on to the animatic. This time, I'll focus on the actual lyrics a little bit more.
General Howe's got troops on the water. 32,000 troops in New York Harbor. 32,000 troops in New York Harbor. And they surround our troops, they surround our troops, they surround our
As a kid in the Caribbean, I wished for a war. I knew that I was poor, I knew it was the only way to rise up. If they tell my story, I am either gonna die on the battlefield in glory or rise up. I will fight for this land, but there's only one man who can give us a command so we can rise up. Understand, it's the only way to rise up, rise up. Here he comes.
Here comes the general. Ladies and
This is such a
gentlemen,
cool intro.
here comes the general. The moment you've been waiting for. Here comes the general. The pride of Mount Vernon. Here comes the general. George Washington. We are outgunned, outmanned, outnumbered, outplanned. We gotta make an all-out stand. Hey yo, I'm gonna need a right-hand man. Check it. Can I be real a second? For just a millisecond, let down my guard and tell the people how I feel a second. Now I'm the model of a modern major general, the venerated Virginian veteran whose men are all lining up to put me up on a pedestal, writing letters to relatives, embellishing my elegance and eloquence. But the elephant is in the room, the truth is in your face when you hear the British cannons go boom. Any hope of success is fleeting. How can I keep leading when the people I'm leading keep retreating? We put a stop to the bleeding as the British take Brooklyn. Night takes Rook, but look, we are outgunned, outmanned, outnumbered, outplanned. We gotta make an all-out stand. Hey yo, I'm gonna need a right-hand man. Incoming!
They're battering down the battery, check the damages. We gotta stop them and rob them of their advantages. Let's take a stand with the stamina God has granted us. Hamilton won't abandon ship, yo, let's steal their cannon.
Shaboom goes the cannon, watch the blood in this shit spray. And goes the cannon, we're abandoning Kips Bay. And there's another shipping, we just lost Southern tipping. We gotta run to Harlem quick, we can't afford another slip. Guns and horses giddy up, I decide to divvy up my forces. This skittish as the British cut the city up. This close to giving up, facing mass scrutiny. I scream in the face of this mass mutiny. Are these the men with which I am to defend America? We ride at midnight, Manhattan in the distance. I cannot be everywhere at once, people. I'm in dire need of assistance.
Your Excellency, sir.
Who are you?
Aaron Burr, sir. Permission to state my case.
As you were.
Sir, I was a captain under General Montgomery until he caught a bullet in the neck in Quebec. And well, in summary, I think that I could be of some assistance. I admire how you keep firing on the British from a distance. I have some questions, a couple of suggestions on how to fight instead of fleeing west.
Yes?
Well,
Your Excellency, you wanted to see me.
Hamilton, come in. Have you met Burr?
Yes, sir, we keep meeting.
as I was saying, sir, I look forward to seeing your strategy play out.
Burr,
Sir.
close the door on your way out.
Have I done something wrong, sir?
On the contrary, I called you here because our odds are beyond scary. Your reputation precedes you, but I have to laugh.
Sir?
Hamilton, how come no one can get you on their staff?
Sir!
Don't get me wrong, you're a young man of great renown. I know you stole British cannons when we were still downtown. Nathaniel Greene and Henry Knox wanted to hire you.
To be their secretary, I don't think so.
Now why are you upset?
I'm not.
It's all right you want to fight, you've got a hunger. I was just like you when I was younger. Head full of fantasies of dying like a martyr.
Yes.
Dying is easy, young man. Living is harder.
Why are you telling me this?
I'm being honest. I'm working with a third of what our Congress has promised. We are a powder keg about to explode. I need someone like you to lighten the load. So,
I am not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot.
This, I like this callback.
I am not throwing away my shots.
son, we are outgunned,
You need all the help you can get. I have some friends. Lawrence Mulligan, Marquis de Lafayette. Okay, what else?
outnumbered, outplanned.
We'll need some spies on the inside. Some kingsmen who might let some things slide. I'll write to Congress and tell them we need supplies. We rally the guys, master the element of surprise. I'll rise above my station, organize your information till we rise to the occasion of our new nation. Sir,
Here comes the general.
rise up.
What? Here comes the general.
Rise up.
What? Here comes the general.
Rise up.
What? Here comes the general. What? And his right-hand man.
Okay, yeah, so there's parts I really like a lot of this because it calls back to a lot of parts earlier in the musical. I really like that it calls back to the "I'm not throwing away my shot," and that's kind of what's going through his head as he's making this decision. And you kind of see the tension between Burr and Hamilton, especially since Hamilton has effectively just taken the job that Burr was hoping to get and was literally just kicked out of the meeting to trying to get. Um, so there's a lot. I can sense a lot of tension there, and obviously there is tension because it kind of explains that in the intro to the musical. Um, I'm really looking forward to hearing more about Burr. I've seen some people comment about Burr's got like his song coming up, which I'm really looking forward to like hearing as well. I'm really interested in learning more about like Lafayette and all those guys as well because obviously we heard them at the start. We haven't they've kind of gone off now, I think. So I'm looking forward to hearing more about their stories as well. So yeah, this is great. I really liked that. Um, yeah, I don't think there's anything else I really need to add there. Yeah. Oh, before I end it, I know some people want me to. Um, I've mentioned this in the last ones, but I think it's worth mentioning again. Some people really want me to react to the whole um musical on Disney Plus. Because then you get in that kind of authentic experience, end to end, which I understand, and it's something that I probably will do in the future. However, not right now. Um, but I can understand how some people feel like I'm kind of missing a trick here because I'm listening to the videos separated, and that you don't get as good of an experience as you would do watching the musical all in one go. Um, but I feel like for now, this is probably my preferred way of doing it. Um, and plus, it's kind of elongating my enjoyment of it, if that makes sense. I understand the actual musical is quite long, um, so it does last a while, but I'm enjoying kind of absorbing this over a few days and kind of having like a day to reflect on like the last song that I just listened to, and then seeing what you guys are saying about them and kind of getting a lot more context about it than what I would have got if I just watched them all back to back in one sitting. I know some people were saying, "Oh, if you haven't recorded it already, make sure it'd be good if you did this." So I try and not to record too much in advance with these because I like to record like a couple, get them out, see what you guys are saying, what your thoughts are, what your feedback is, and kind of um any extra info you guys like give me is really useful. It's really cool seeing everyone's been really helpful and everyone's you know been really supportive with it and helping me understand a lot more about this whole both Hamilton and history. So that's great, and I love that. So for me personally, I prefer listening to in these chopped up blocks for now because I feel like I'm getting a lot more out of it, not just because of the musical, but the sort of historical value as well for each of the songs and what their significance is. However, like I said, after this, I may end up doing like a full like back to like just watching the whole thing on Disney Plus and kind of just recording my reaction and just giving you guys like a timestamp of where I'm up to on it so you guys can watch along as well, and we kind of do that. So that might be really good. Yeah, I have a few plans around that, but we'll see how it turns out. Like I said, the support on these videos has been amazing. You guys have been so nice, and I really, really appreciate it. Anyway, I've rambled for long enough. I hope you enjoyed if you made it this far, and I know a lot of you do make it this far, and I appreciate that. To be honest, I never expected that many people to really. I expect people to maybe stay for the first reaction, and then after that, they're kind of like, people tend to like move on to like another video or something. They only want to see the live performance, but from the comments, I'm kind of getting to understand that a lot of people are sticking this far and answering some of the questions I have at the very end of the videos, which is really cool and really humbling. So yeah, I'm gonna end it there. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.